Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. We're doing Cooking with Miss Nicole this morning. How's everybody? So today we're going to do something Disney themed. I'm a huge Disney fan. I don't know if you guys can tell. My favorite character is Belle. I'm wearing my nice little Ursula necklace. So we're going to be cooking from this book called Disney Villains Cookbook. It's really fun. They've got a bunch of different recipes in here for different villains like Scar, Ursula, Maleficent, anyone who you can think of. So one of my favorite Disney villains is Ursula. So today we're going to be making 4 unfortunate rolls, which are basically cinnamon rolls, but they're that lovely purple color for Ursula. So let's show you guys how to do it. So the first thing you have to do is make your dough. So I already got a little bit started with that. So the dough is basically just flour, butter, sugar, and you're also going to add a little bit of active yeast to make it rise because cinnamon rolls are pretty fluffy. So I already went ahead and did that. So what I'm going to do with my dough is I'm going to roll it out and make sure that it is rectangular shape so I can put the filling inside. So I'm going to go ahead and put some flour down. Make sure you use a lot of flour on your rolling pin too, because that way the dough won't stick. So I'm just going to go. It's going to get messy, as I always say. It's going to get very messy, but that's okay. We like making a mess, don't we, when we cook and bake. So just go ahead and take the dough out. Put it down. Make sure it's in a nice ball shape. So I'm going to go ahead and start to roll it out. And just try to make it as rectangular as possible. It just makes it easier to fill on the other end. So you have to shape it a little bit. But see, it's already becoming a little circular shape. So I'm going to go ahead and just fold it back up. And then add a little more flour over here. Make sure it's not sticking. And again, you can shape it however you want. Just try not to over knead it. So make it as rectangular shape as possible. So again, I'm going to take a couple of tries, but we'll see how we can do. And when you think you've got it to a nice consistency, see it's getting nice and thin. You can take your filling. So for this recipe, the filling consists of some brown sugar. Got some brown sugar in there, some nutmeg and cinnamon and butter. So it's going to be a little thick. It might be a little liquidy, but it's going to taste delicious, and that's what matters, right? So I'm going to take this and I'm going to add it in. I'm going to pour it on some of my cinnamon rolls here. All right. Now make sure to spread this out a little bit. Make sure there's enough. You can always make more if you need more. So I'm going to spread this out. Make sure it's covering the whole thing. Nice and pretty like that. And then I'm just going to roll it up. So I'm just going to take this, make sure it's spread out as evenly as I can. And then I'm just going to take it. I'm going to probably put a little flour on my hands to make sure it doesn't stick to my hands. And then I'm just going to roll it up like this. And again, you just got to be careful because it's going to want to fall apart a little bit. But you just want to roll it as gently as you can. Now I'm going to flour, make sure it doesn't stick to my hands or stick to the countertop. And now, once you've got this nice cinnamon roll shape, careful when you're moving it. Some of the insides might seep out a little bit. I'm going to take this. I'm going to cut it. You can go as big or as small as you want, but you can see the cinnamon roll shape. So I'm going to do this. Oh, that's a nice one. Nice and pretty. Take it and roll it out like this. And I have a nice sharp knife with me, so you got to make sure your knives are always sharp. Chef friend who told me that. Make sure your knives are always sharp. So we're just going to do this. And then once we've cut the whole thing, we're going to put it in a pan and make sure they all fit in our little pan. So let me grab the pan from over here. So we're just going to put them all next to each other. So I know everybody here has probably at least seen, if not been to Cinnabon at one point or another. So when you see them being baked, they bake them right next to each other. So they get that nice texture Nice golden brown texture. So I'm just gonna put these in here like this, and look, it actually looks like I'm gonna have a lot more than one, so I can make more for everybody. So I'm gonna put these in here like this. And then I'm gonna wait for them to rise, so I'm gonna put them in the oven. And when they come out, I'm gonna put this lovely purple frosting on there, because that is Ursula's color. Clearly, purple is her color. And then I made this by just putting some food coloring in here. You can just get your basic white, white frosting from the supermarket. Put 1 drop of red and 1 drop of blue food coloring. And then as you're mixing it, you just add 1 more drop of red. Okay, so that gets that nice purple color that we all love so much for Ursula. And then at the end, we'll have these lovely cinnamon buns that you can all take part in. And they are delicious. I tried one yesterday. Thanks to Michelle for helping me with everything, too.
Hi.
All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you make some lovely, delicious cinnamon rolls at home. You can find this book on the Buckles catalog. You can also find it here at the Hoboken Public Library. So if you want, you can come make it, and I'll see you guys next month.
Bye. Okay.